Hi everyone. Our group want to present about the Human Resources Challenge. The first presenter is Nur Amalina Husna. The second presenter Muhammad Hanif Alian. The third presenter Muhammad Isma Iskandar. The fourth presenter Muhammad Faiz. And the last presenter Nur Fadila.
And greetings to our fellow friends and our beloved lecturer, Ms. Rohana. So today we would like to present about Human Resource Challenge. So first I will explain about the introduction in Human Resource Challenge. First, we should know that human resource management in general refers to the act of coordinating the effort of various groups of individuals to achieve a shared goals. First is workforce training and development. Another common human resource problem is a lack of investment in the training and development of lower level employees. Some businesses are having difficulty obtaining the resources they require. Alright, second is adaptive to innovation. Technology is always changing. Businesses must change quickly or risk being left behind by their competitors. Small business owners have the challenge of encouraging their employees to embrace innovation and learn new technology. Nowadays, society and development have a significant impact on human resource management. If employer or worker want to stay competitive in business, they must be aware of this development and be able to manage them effectively. Globalization, technology, managing change, maintaining human capital, responding to market dynamic, and cost minimization in general are all competitive problems. Besides, managing human resource in a company has never been simple. Human resource management has become even more difficult in recent years as technology has advanced. Fast-paced or software upgrade remote working have made human resource management even more difficult.
What is human resource challenge? In human resource challenge, there is first compliance and law, which is keeping up with changing employment legislation is a challenge for our business owners. Second, leadership development. So according to recent research, more than a third of firms are only doing an average job of implementing leadership development programs. Third, management changes. As a company expands, so do its strategy, structure, and internal procedure. Some employees are having difficulty adjusting to these changes. Fourth, workforce training and development. Employees on the front line are among the toughest workers and they may not have time to attend a training course. Fifth, adaptive to innovation. The issue for small business owners is to encourage their personnel to embrace innovation and learn new technologies.
The next part, direct challenge in human resource.
Employee engagement range from brief and succinct to descriptive and in-depth. Many of these definitions highlight some aspect of an employee's dedication to the organization or the good behavior displayed by an engaged employee. Example of employee engagement definition include quantum workplace. Employee engagement is the strength of employees' mental and emotional attachment to their workplace. Gallup defined engaged employees as individuals who are invested with, excited about, and committed to their work and workplace. Willis Towers Watson employee engagement is defined as employees' willingness and ability to contribute to the success of the firm. Ayon Hewitt employee engagement is defined as the level of a company's psychological interest in its employees. Its employee engagement challenge. First is lack of clarity. The first impediment is a lack of clarity among staff and management. People associate engagement with things like job, satisfaction, enjoyment, high employee morale, and so on. But it is much more. An engaged workforce is satisfied with their job, which lead to high output and loyalty to the company. They are dedicated to their workplace and their job, and they refer others, using means such as training sessions, seminars, group discussion, and so on. Educate management and employees on the concept of employee engagement and what it implies. Second is lack of insight or commitment from the top management. There is a lot that goes into running a business, and it can be difficult to prioritize concepts like employee engagement over more tangible challenge. It takes a lot of preparation to keep communication reliant and consistent across organizational level, and the necessary infrastructure may not be in place. Align the leadership around a unified corporate strategy that consider employee engagement and the importance of cultivating a positive working culture. Next is lack of work-life balance. There is a lot that goes into running a business, and it can be difficult to prioritize concepts like employee engagement over more visible challenge. It takes a lot of groundwork to keep communication reliant and consistent across organizational level, and the necessary infrastructure may not be in place. Align the leadership around a unified business plan that takes employee engagement and into account. The importance of fostering a pleasant working culture. Lastly is growth and recognition. Employees quit for a variety of reasons, one of which is a lack of appreciation. A culture that does not value recognition and prize alienate employees by disregarding one of the most fundamental needs of social acknowledgement. Employees also tend to leave jobs that stifle their growth and keep them in the same monotonous line of work. A work culture that encourages recognition and award, while also embracing a continuous learning phase, appeal to everyone, resulting a more engaged staff. Impact of employee engagement. Firstly, it decreases morale and disrupts workplace harmony. Employees abandon their employment for a variety of reasons, one of which is lack of appreciation. A culture that does not promote recognition and award alienate the employees, ignoring one of the most basic demands of social acknowledgement. Employees are also more likely to leave a business that stifles their advancement by keeping them in the same repetitive line of work. A work culture that promotes recognition and award while also incorporating a continuous learning phase appeals to everyone, resulting in an engaged workforce. Second, the organization stagnates. Employees who are engaged are always innovating and coming up with new strategies for the organization to move forward. Employees that are disengaged do the exact opposite. They are entirely disconnected from the goals and aim of their organization and have nothing of value to offer. An organization stagnates and falls behind where there are no fresh idea or development on the horizon. It's important remembering that not all employees are disengaged from the outset. In fact, some of them may have previously been superstar employees. Lastly is increased cost, reduced return. Employees that are engaged are always innovating and devising new ways for the organization to advance. Employees that are dissatisfied do the exact opposite. They are entirely disconnected from their organization goals and objectives and have nothing of value to provide. When there are no fresh idea or breakthrough on the horizon, an organization stagnates and falls behind. It's important remembering that not all employees start off disengaged. In fact, some of them previously worked for a rockstar company.
Hey everyone, now we want to look at the second challenge in the human resource. Okay, the second challenge of the human resource is the retirement among the key workers. Okay, now I want to talk about the definition of the retirement among the key workers. What the main point or the main definition of the retirements. Okay, retirement among the key workers or the senior employee is one of the most noteworthy factors impacting the human resource management. Okay, the era of the one life when they decide to leave the workforce permanently is known as retirement. So we know that retirement is the one when they want to leave their workplace and workforce permanently. Okay, according to the statistic, mostly workers in Malaysia and around the world, when they reach the age on the 55 years, they are want to retire from their work. We going to the EPF or the Employment Provident Fund. What is the most important things in EPF? Okay, EPF is the federal statutory identity under the Minister of the Finance. Okay, this is a change or the charge of the Malaysian private sector's voluntary saving plan and the retirement planning for the people who want to retire earlier. So EPF is very importantly for all the workers in Malaysia, because they must have their saving on their own for their futures time and all their old age after they are retired from their workers. So the EPF is give a lot of the beneficial to the employee after they retire or resign their work. Now we going to the implication of the retirement among the key workers to the company. Okay, first, to ensure the financial stability. Okay, retirement plan allow you to put the money down now to ensure the financial stability for the futures and your workers when they are retired. So that is very important for the financial plan. Okay, number two is a benefit in the workplace composition. Okay, that workplace retirement plan are important part of the overall composition, such as the plan are still not viewed as the top of the priority when ranking the various workplaces benefit. So the implication of the retirement among the key workers to give the benefit for the workforce or workplace, to give the new employees to explore their company and to give the opportunities to the others people to turn in their companies. Evaluation of the retirement among the key workers. What to evaluate or the summary of this? Okay, their prefers and projected retirement age in the direction of the public pension reform and easier. Okay, number two is scientific research on the consequences of rising the retirement age on the older employees' health and well-being is limited and equivocal. And then lastly is social security policy may protect the employee in the jurisdiction while the providing less protection in another. So overall for me, these are challenge for the companies is the retirement among the key workers is a lot affected to the company nowadays.
Breaking down culture barriers. Cross-culture communication within an organization is hampered by culture obstacles. Culture difference may create hurdles to job success when persons from various cultures speak different language, hold distant culture view, or communication using different gestures and symbols. Because of lack of culture awareness, education, and communication this occur. Here are 5 strategies for overcoming culture barriers and embracing diversity. The first one is ensure clear and polite communication. Uncertainty, grace, and conflict are less likely when communication is clear and kind. When creating communication material, both employee and workers should consider diversity and culture difference. This can include things like using simple words, using visual method to communication result, avoiding slang word and praise. The second one is learn about different culture. Fostering professional connection may be as simple as asking polite inquiries about one other culture and exhibiting a willingness to learn about diverse culture backgrounds. Third is work toward accommodating culture difference. Implicit or unconscious prejudice occur when our brain makes snap judgment and assessment of individuals and circumstances without our knowledge. Fourth is share knowledge. The capacity of a workforce to exchange culture knowledge restricts the potential of diversity requirement to achieve innovative solutions. Last but not least, employee diversity training. Another strategy to eliminate culture barriers is to ensure the person from all culture backgrounds are represented in the workplace. Diversity training has the ability to develop a healthy work culture through encouraging inclusive work culture, encouraging cooperation and leadership, and create new possibilities. As a result, both commonalities and difference must be accommodated in order to overcome culture barriers. This is also something to consider when developing communication materials for employees and clients.
Next is the action that should be taken by the company. First, employee engagement. Having people from different departments connecting and bouncing ideas off each other can help get a new perspective. Second, breaking down the cultural barriers. Being patient and aware of diverse cultures, ideas, and traditions, speaking out against workplace discrimination, and constantly learning about changing cultures are all excellent methods to make workplace more inclusive. third, retirement among key workers. The employee is more satisfied as the firm grows closer. A tighter connection provides the opportunity for workers to seek and expect greater meaning from their job.
So, alright, the conclusion that can be concluded in this presentation is with the challenges that human resources face nowadays, there must be a good solution for the challenges to maintain a healthy human resources management. A good human resources management team will be able to predict how the company climate will change in the future. The true issue in the human resources management, though, is keeping up with the ever-changing times.